Officers are investigating a disturbance from two women that turned deadly. I'm Meryl Hubbard at the scene. Coming up.
Fear and isolation. I'm Armand Rahman, and that's what international students at UW-Madison tell me they feel as more student visas are getting terminated.
I think this is more than a dream come true for sure for him.
Then later, how the Columbia County community is helping a young boy live out his dream. And we welcome you to News 3 Now at 6. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Eric Franke.
And I'm Sarah Carlson.
We begin with the Dane County Sheriff's Office investigating a woman's death in the village of Blue Mounds. Deputies called a Smoky Mountain Trail. This was about 11:45 this morning.
Right now, a person of interest is in custody. Meryl Hubbard is live in Blue Mounds with more on the investigation. Meryl, what can you tell us?
Sarah, Eric, I'm on Smoky Mountain Trail where you can see just behind me this home has been surrounded and blocked off by Dane County sheriffs. This is where officers responded to a disturbance that ended in the death of one 54-year-old woman. Now, early this afternoon, around 11:40 a.m., an initial call came in from a witness reporting a disturbance in this area where two women were involved. Dane County sheriffs say as deputies arrived on scene, they found a 54-year-old woman who sustained injuries that led to her death. The other woman is 31 years old. The Dane County Sheriff told me that she tried to run away from the scene.
The 31-year-old female fled the scene in a vehicle and was eventually apprehended at a different location after fleeing the scene in a vehicle and a short foot pursuit. Detectives are in the process of interviewing that person of interest, the 31-year-old female at this point.
Dane County Sheriff Calvin Barrett says they do not yet know the relationship between these two women. Now, I spoke with some neighbors in this area. They say that they didn't hear anything this morning, but they have talked with police who say there's no threat to this area. For now, reporting live in Blue Mounds, Meryl Hubbard, News 3 Now.
All right, thank you, Meryl. And now to Stoughton, where an incident led law enforcement to close off part of Main Street. It happened in the area of Main Street near South Division Street.
Now, the public was being asked to avoid that area at the time, but the scene is now clear. We go live now to Jalen Banks in Stoughton. And Jalen, what have we learned at this hour?
Eric and Sarah, I'm currently right here in downtown Stoughton, where just several hours ago was an absolutely hectic scene. And just behind me, this block that you see here is where Stoughton police had responded to a shooting incident victim. Now, in their initial investigation, Stoughton police say the shooting itself did not occur here. And also the victim was transported to a local hospital where they are being treated for their injuries. Now, we do have video of the scene from earlier. And as you can see in the video, a heavy police presence with multiple Stoughton Police Department vehicles, sheriff vehicles, and EMS vehicles were there on the scene. And we did see a car being towed away from the scene as well. Now, if we could come back on camera, I'm going to detail to you exactly more of the scene. From about Stoughton store through the end of the block, police had the rest of the block taped off. And during that time, the few storefronts on this street here, they were cleaning the sidewalk. They had like a power washer and multiple brushes cleaning up the sidewalk, and multiple witnesses here at the scene had told me that they believe that they had saw blood. Even a business owner had told me that it was a pretty gruesome scene with blood on the ground as well. But we'll continue to keep you updated as we gather more information both on air and online. But for now, reporting in downtown Stoughton, Jalen Banks, News 3 Now.
Okay, thank you, Jalen. And turning to weather now, it was a breezy start to the week. Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington has the first warn forecast, talking about rain and possible snow, too.
Yeah, with those breezy conditions, Sarah, on the backside of this weather system, we're getting cool air that's being drawn into southern Wisconsin. And right now, our storm tracker is showing showers out over Minnesota and northern Iowa. And as they move south and east into southern Wisconsin, and as the temperatures drop, we'll see that mix of rain showers and some snow showers as we go into the overnight period. Not expecting heavy amounts of water or heavy amounts of snow, nonetheless, kind of putting that little wintry feel in the air. You said it's windy. It's absolutely very windy out here. We're kind of sheltered right here in the patio, but behind me around our tower, it is a roaring scene right now. Current wind gusts 32 miles per hour right now in Dane County, and 32 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts across all of southern Wisconsin. These wind gusts aren't going to be going anywhere anytime soon, meaning they're not going to go down. In our temperatures, though, they are going to go down here tonight and dip into the 30s. But it's at least we've got the plus side. We're 55 in Madison, 57 in Cross Plains. Right now, it's breezy. You're going to need a jacket as we plan. The evening coming up, though, in Maine weather, we're going to talk about when will the winds finally ease up staying breezy through at least Tuesday, but I'll let you know exactly when those winds go calm and more about this Thursday and Friday weather system that poses the chance for strong storms. Back to you in the studio.
Alex, thank you. Madison City Clerk has announced her resignation. Mary Beth Witzel-Bale made the announcement today. It comes amid an investigation from the state's election commission into how nearly 200 ballots went uncounted in November's election. If counted, those ballots would not have changed the outcome of any of the races. But in March, Witzel-Bale was placed on leave and the city attorney Michael Haas took over that role. He will continue to serve as acting clerk until a nationwide search for a replacement concludes.
International students here at UW-Madison say many of them are trying to figure out why their visas are being terminated and how to protect themselves.
And according to CBS News, at least 40 student visas have been revoked in the Universities of Wisconsin system. More than 24 of them right here in town at UW-Madison alone. Our Armand Rahman sat down with an international student today who says right now they are overcome with fear and isolation.
As more students are having their visas terminated across the country, international students here at UW-Madison say it's time the entire student body began taking notice.
There's not a difference between us and them. This is a community.
This sophomore from Spain wanted to use the name Anna because she feels right now anything could compromise her status.
At any time, we could receive an email telling us that our visa has been revoked, that we need to pack our things and get out.
She says even fellow international students don't know who got that email so far or how to protect themselves from being next.
Posting in social media, for example, should be posting posts about Palestine. Should you be liking certain posts? Should you be following certain accounts?
Anna says UW-Madison's International Student Services has been a big help, but they need more support when family is miles away and much of the campus has no idea this battle is being fought.
It makes it a lot harder for us to communicate with faculty, for example, or communicate with our peers and be able to speak out about it and be like, I am not doing okay.
Along with others, Anna is hoping to bring international students from out of the dark and remind them they're not alone.
We have a survey that we encourage all international students to take. We have been hosting events with different organizations in Madison, like Voces de la Frontera.
But she says they still need more from the university.
I know the university in a lot of ways also doesn't have that information, but they are a lot better equipped to demand for that information than we are.
Anna has been in this country for a few years before starting school and says this is a nightmarish turn in the American dream.
To feel unwelcomed in a country where many of us have been spending years building our lives, building our educations, to now have to feel like all of that can be taken away from you in a second feels really frustrating, really scary.
Reporting in Madison, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
And a message just released this afternoon from the Dean of UW's International Division. Impacted students are being directly notified by International Student Services, and instructors should exercise flexibility when it comes to grades and absences. The statement reads in part, quote, I want to reiterate that many offices on campus are working closely together to develop, post, and share accurate information as it becomes available. These circumstances are unprecedented, and UW-Madison is committed to the well-being of our entire international community. That's Fran Vavris, the Vice Provost and Dean of the International Division. Now, coming up on News 3 Now at 6, well, it is a whopper of a reveal you won't want to miss.
After the break, how a group of kind-hearted community members are coming together to do something good and make a little boy's dream come true.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Fishing in Wisconsin requires patience and perseverance, qualities that can be valuable in navigating the challenges and uncertainties of life.
And this holds especially true for one Partyville family. Josh Sprider shows us how the Columbia County community is doing something good in helping one boy live out his dream.
Smiles after smiles after smiles. It's no surprise this boy loves to fish. 8-year-old William Schultz is especially proud of his biggest catch yet.
How big is it? Like this big.
But the road here wasn't easy.
It's the little things in life that we try to make the biggest.
William struggled through medical issues since he was 5 days old, spending time in the UW Children's Hospital and dealing with GI issues ever since, along with the anxiety that comes with it.
For us, it's not materialistic. It's just being able to do the little things in life that we love to do, as simple as going spending time on the water.
So fishing has become William's great escape with mom, dad, and sister Ellie.
It's just that time to spend with each other. Nice, quiet. It's away from the hustle and bustle of life. And regardless of whether you catch fish or not, it's that time spent together. And it's those memories made that make it all worth it.
The family works with Josie's Gift, a nonprofit aimed at putting smiles on the faces of children fighting battles no child should have to fight.
William had a hard start in life. He's coming through strong. He's making the best of it.
Over the past year, Daniel and Laura O'Kane have been holding a pretty big secret.
That's a lot of stuff. If we can take a kid's mind off what they have to deal with on a daily basis, that's a win for everybody.
Filled with lures.
With the help of Wisconsin Women Fish, the Schultz family was gifted this fishing gear.
Gotta have gummy worms in a boat.
Outside Don's Marine in Lodi.
With Mom and Dad's permission, Josie's Gift would like to donate all this stuff for you so you can enjoy fishing. Are you okay with that? But I get one gummy bear.
You don't know what to think, do you?
But that's just the start in making this boy's dreams come true.
William, you're going to need somewhere to keep all that tackle, aren't you?
Yeah.
There's a key to something special we got coming around here for you, bud.
Any day fishing is a good thing.
Don's Marine donated this fishing boat.
No. You think you can use all that tackle and that boat to go catch some fish, bud?
Yeah. I think this is more than a dream come true for sure for him.
One that William couldn't wait to hop in.
Something like this doesn't happen unless you get a whole bunch of people that come together and make something like this happen. And we're just extremely grateful.
A true community effort.
We're a very family-oriented dealership. We want everybody that comes in the door to feel that way as well. So to treat them the same way and to help another family, it's really meaningful to our family.
One happy second grader.
Enjoy it, bud.
It's kind of crazy.
And a family looking forward to more memories on the lake.
We like to make it happen for others. So for us to have it happen to us is, there's no words. There's no words.
Teaching us that fishing, like life, can be a journey of exploration and discovery, where the true value lies not just in the catch, but in the experience itself of doing something good. In Lodi, Josh Breiter, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Josh, and he can't wait to get out on the water. You can learn how to help the mission of Josie's Gift moving forward by visiting this story on channel3000.com.
And coming up in July, the nonprofit will hold its annual event, a fishing event on Lake Winnebago, helping put smiles on the faces of dozens of kids, just like William. You can tell he couldn't wait to get on the water just in time for the season. Well, still ahead at 6, how you can help provide for families with newborn babies and toddlers.
Plus, social media has become a significant part of life for many, but too much can be bad for kids as well. What parents can do to keep their kids safe.
And how long will it stay so windy out there? Alex returns a complete forecast when we come back.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. Starting today, the News 3 Community Baby Shower is back. News 3 Now is partnering with Madison nonprofit Babies and Beyond to help hundreds of families. From now through Friday, you can donate baby and toddler essentials to 1922 South Stoughton Road. The donation center is in the back of the building and it's open from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Now, some of the most wanted and needed items include diapers, pull-ups, baby wipes, and formula. You can find all of these items and more by clicking the link at the top of the channel3000.com. We'd also like to thank Viridian Homes and Dave Jones for sponsoring.
Scrolling through social media has become the norm for many children and teens, and while these apps can allow them to stay connected with their friends, they can also cause harm if used too frequently. Tracy Hurley is with the Child Protection Team at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. She says most experts recommend waiting until a child is in 8th grade before allowing social media, but since everyone develops differently, she says to answer the following questions.
Are they mature enough? Are they responsible with their belongings? Can they take care of the other belongings that they have in the home? And can they follow the other types of rules that you already have set in place at home or at school?
Hurley says if the answer is no to any of those questions, you may want to wait. She says it's also important for the parent to be ready for the child to have social media. Once your child has these apps, she says parents play a big role in safety. Monitor your child's interactions online, and there are apps that can help you do that. Keep communication open about their online experiences, set clear rules and limits for social media use, and finally, be prepared for some difficult conversations around things that they've seen or even done online.
Well, no rain today, but it sounds like it will be back later this week, right, Alex?
Oh, yes. We've got a couple weather systems on the way to southern Wisconsin. Tiny, tiny chance tonight. Shouldn't say tiny, a chance tonight, but the big chance is Thursday going on into Friday. More on that in just a moment, because that could also bring some strong storms to southern Wisconsin. Live Mallard Skycam right now, you see it moving. It's windy out there. The clouds are filling back in as part of our First Warn WeatherCam network here to show you the weather outside, but no raindrops, no snowflakes yet here on Radar 3000. They're not too far away, and Future Track shows by the time we get into the mid to late evening hours, perhaps a couple of showers over southwest Wisconsin, dotting from Crawford County to Dodgeville over towards Darlington and Monroe. So get a little bit later into the evening as we head towards the 10 o'clock newscast. We'll be watching some rain showers to the north, possibly mixed in with a few wet snowflakes briefly sweeping through southern Wisconsin. Areas over far southwest Wisconsin, you may miss out on some of those snowflakes. Areas north and east of, let's say, I-39 to I-94. Better chances for those wet snowflakes, but not expecting snow accumulation. As we go into Tuesday, staying windy with skies eventually becoming partly sunny. Not a lot of water with this weather maker, just a little tiny 10th inch to squeeze out with this weather system, but we got another one on the way. In the 5 o'clock newscast, I promise wind gust tracking here as we go into Tuesday. Wind gusts still staying upwards of 30 to 35 miles per hour, ending the day at this time tomorrow night, still wind gusts of 30, but by the time we get to Wednesday morning, here we go. The winds ease up. It's going to be a sunny day. Wednesday will be the nicest day of the week in terms of it being quiet and in terms of the winds being light, and the temperature's not too bad either. Then we eye up as we go late Thursday night, mostly watching Friday here. Some strong storms could be a possibility on Friday. It all depends on the cold front's timing and the passage. An earlier passage in the day doesn't allow the heat and humidity to build up. Hopefully that's the case and we can reduce that severe weather threat on Friday, but we'll take the water out of it. At 10 o'clock, I'll show you a projection using Future Track of what that weather system may look like Thursday going into Friday. Upper 30s again, that rain snow mix chance tonight. Not looking at a lot of precipitation in terms of accumulation. That's out of here on Tuesday, but the wind staying gusty. Upper 40s to the lower 50s for high temperatures, so kind of a cool day. Right now, still 55 to 56 across much of southern Wisconsin here in Dane County. Well, I'm overwhelmed with the 55s across the area, and as we plan our evening, clouds filling in, temperatures getting down into the 40s with that rain snow shower chance overnight. Again, recap here, breezy through Tuesday. We'll show you that weather system as we go Thursday into Friday during that 10 o'clock newscast. And following that weather event Thursday and Friday, the next good chance of rain not too far after that, Sunday going on into Monday. Again, tune in at 10. I'll show you that Friday weather system and that potential for stronger storms.
And coming up in sports, a familiar face in the first round. Why Doc Rivers says it is and it isn't a rivalry against the Pacers. That's next on News 3 Now. Wisconsin volleyball returns to the Fieldhouse for a spring match against Marquette this week. It's the first time we'll get to see the new-look Badgers because, remember, there's no Sarah Franklin, no Devin Robinson or Anna Smrek, Cece Crawford, or Yulia Orzel on this year's team. Instead, it's a lot of new faces, so the spring is good to build up that chemistry with each other, and for this group of Badgers, it's a perfect time to get to know one another.
Coming in was like so much support. I mean, I was nervous like being new, but all these other girls are pretty much new to it too. So just going through, learning traditions, learning connections, everything on the court. I feel like we connect really well on the court and off the court.
We're definitely a younger group, so we have a lot of fun. There's a lot of youthful energy, and we just have a lot of fun together. We get really hyped. There's a lot of just excitement when we're playing, and I think that's going to be really exciting for the fans.
The Bucks closed out their regular season on a roll with 8 straight wins and now get a little break before tipping off the postseason on Saturday. Now, the status of Dame is up in the air as of now, but they do know their opponent, the Pacers, a team that ended their season a year ago in the first round. So is this a rivalry? Well, if you ask Doc Rivers, yes and no.
I don't know what a rivalry is, but it's becoming one for sure. When you play teams multiple times in the playoffs, it just kind of happens, and I think it's kind of happening. We got a lot of guys that can care less about last year, and I don't even Giannis either, probably because he didn't play. You know what I mean? Having said that, we are playing the same team, and there's definitely something, as they would say, there.
I'm confused.
I kind of wish he knew what a rivalry was. Zach, thanks. Coming up tonight on News 3 Now at 10, the latest on the death investigation happening in Blue Mounds. What we know as police take a person of interest into custody. Again, that and more tonight after CBS Primetime on News 3 Now at 10.
And now we have a final check on the forecast. We've got some rain and possibly snow coming again.
Couple wet snowflakes. Possibility tonight. It's just winter saying, hey, I still got a hold of you for a little bit longer. Breezy through Tuesday. Join us again at 10. I'm going to show you that Thursday, Friday weather system that could bring some strong storms to southern Wisconsin. I'll give you a glimpse of that a little bit later.
I'll take it.
Alex, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
See you here at 10.